Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and also please give your valuable comments. As we know, in the last class, we are discussing about obesity. And first part of the obesity we have covered. And in the last point, we are discussing about the different risk factors for development of the obesity. And one of the major facts that we are discussing about is sleep deprivation, because more sleep disturbance, going late to the bed and getting late in the morning, so that is one of the major cause for development of obesity. The reason is when there is a sleep deprivance, you're not going to the bed at the normal time like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, etc. So what actually happens is it results in lower glucose tolerance, and there is increased cortisol level, and also there is a hunger hormone which is called as ghrelin, so that will be increased, and satiety hormone that is called as leptin, that will be decreased. Satiety is a satiety level, okay, so you feel full stomach, so that will be decreased, and hunger hormone that is called as ghrelin, that will going to increase because of sleep deprivance, because of prajagra, okay, so night awakening. So that therefore the person consumes more and more food items, and maybe some of the nuts, or it may be like the cashew nuts and etc., or some lighter items, but it increases the weight. It increases the weight. Now, idiopathic and lifestyle and endocrine causes. These are some other causes for the obesity. Okay, some of the endocrine causes, if you say hypothyroidism, we know that hypothyroidism is one of the major causes of obesity, because hypothyroidism leads to accumulation of the fat in the body, and there will be development of the fatigue. There is also development of dry skin. There is intolerance to cold, and also there is constipation. Along with that, there is also abnormal deposition of the fat throughout the body, and that may lead to the obesity. This is one of the medical cause, okay, pathological cause. Now, hypercortisolism is also one of the cause. As I told, hypercortisolism, there is excess production of the cortisols, etc., and that leads to edema and water imbalance, and there will be high blood pressure, and there may be development of the moon phases, and also low potassium in the body, and the cortisol level also increase the stress, okay, so stress level is also get increased, and that leads to again the ghrelin and leptin, so leptin will be decreased and ghrelin will be increased, so hence hypercortisolism may also lead to obesity. Hyperinsulinism, like in case of diabetes mellitus and all those things, um, uh, that may also lead to some of the problem. Of course, diabetes mellitus, when we say it is insensitivity of the cell towards the insulin, it is not hyperinsulinism, okay. So high serum insulin, if there is high serum insulin is there because of various causes, so that may also lead to this particular, because insulin is considered one of the growth factor, so therefore it may also lead to obesity. GH in deficiency, growth hormone deficiency, is one of the major cause again for the obesity. There may be development of short stature with obesity in case of growth hormone deficiency. So these are some of the endocrine causes which are related with the obesity. And if you see some of the other factors regarding obesity, the obesity has been almost tripled in last 30 years. We have told in the last 3 decades, it is increased by 300%. Now, 1/3 of the children are overweight or obese. If you see throughout the world, now 1/3 of the childhood population is considered under overweight or obesity, and most of the causes are related with the environment. And if you see, of course, there is some endocrinal causes are there, some other causes are there, familial causes are there, chromosomal causes are there. But if you see the major part is because of environmental problem, and there is a significant decrease in the physical activity. That's the major problem in the recent days because of recent advancement and all those things, and because of the facilities which is available, the physical activity is decreased. This is true for the children and also for the adults, and only 25%, it's not 225, it is only 25% of the children will meet the daily exercise limits throughout the world. If you see only 25% children, that may be also those who are living in the rural areas, maybe remote rural areas, so they will meet this daily exercise limits, Otherwise, rest of the 75 are not meeting the daily exercise limit which is required. So food habits and living style changes in the last few decades. It's enormously get changed. Everybody can appreciate it. Our food habits have been completely changed. Again, there are so many causes. Our mechanical lifestyle, our stressful life, and the influence of the media, and easy availability of the food, fast food, and all those things. So food habits and also living style changes in the last few decades. Increased video game, screenplay, and computer use and television. We spend maximum time in front of the screen now, and spending more time on the screen itself is one of the major risk factor for obesity. Okay, in the screen, because screen time reduces the, suppose you are spending 4 hours in the screen time per day, and that means 4 hours of exercise is reduced and you are in the still position. In the meantime, you also keep on eating something when you are doing some work in the screen. So obesity is more than 8 times higher in those kids who watches the TV for more than 5 hours per day, and compared to those who watches the TV for less than 2 hours per day. See, again, those kids who watches TV for 2 hours per day, compared to them, those who watches TV for 5 hours a day have got 8 times higher risk of developing obesity. So you can appreciate the importance of the screen time and as a risk factor. Now, media ads affecting the food choices like the junk food, and they're all at high sodium, sugar, and fatty foods. Now, in the medias, in the TV, if you see the ads and all those things, so they are always going to advertise their food, okay, food choices like different types of junk food, and telling that it is a calorie rich, telling that it is good, whatever may be the cause. But actually all these the fast food and all the junk food, fast food, they contains high amount of the sodium, high amount of the sugar, and high amount of the fats. Okay, that's true. That's the reason why they become more tasty. Okay, so once it is consumed because of the taste, nobody can leave it, and that's the marketing techniques that will do. Therefore I'm telling media and different marketing techniques has been totally changing our food lifestyle. uh, and they are very rich in sodium, sugar, and fatty foods. So, which are the major causes for sodium is there. It also leads to water retention, and again the obesity increases. Now, decrease the family dinner and increase the fast food. Family dinner. Previously, we have got the very good habit of eating together in the family, maybe in the night hours, in the lunch hours, or breakfast. We used to do in a round table. All the family members used to sit together, and then we will distribute the food, and then we will take the food. Now that particular habit has been completely disappeared. Everybody has got their own rooms. In the rooms, they used to take their meal, and it is not a calculated food. Okay, previously mother used to serve the food and in a calculated way, and we used to share the things. And now it is not like that. Everybody is watching the TV or watching the mobile and all. They are taking their food. That beautiful tradition has been gone now. Now, most of the parents and also children, so now they always like the pre-packaged food, pre-packaged food. Okay, so that is also one of the major cause for development of obesity. Portion size in restaurants. In the restaurants also, previously one full meal means how much food is available. Compared to that, now that one full meal is increased. So portion of a restaurant food size is also now doubled in the past 20 years. Okay, so that is also the major cause. So children are eating more calories, larger portions, and also less vegetables. That's another important thing. So consequences of this is now there is increase in the hypertension, there is increase in the diabetes mellitus 2, there is increase in the heart diseases, there is increase in the cholesterol related problems, atherosclerosis, etc. There is increase in the sleep apnea, gallstones, and acid reflux. So these are all the outcome of consequences of this particular abnormal lifestyle that we have adopted in the last 3 or 4 decades, especially. Now, so these are some of the major causative factors that we have to discuss when we are discussing about the obesity. So with this we conclude today. In the next class we will again meet with another topic, continuation of the obesity. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and also give your valuable comments. Thank you very much.